And even though they were ministers, I could hear cussing coming from somewhere every month. They just became pastors of a dinky little church in Wichita, Kansas, and we refinanced their finances. We found $50. I can tell you he didn't want to give me that $50. The church was only paying them $25,000 a year and no benefits, no insurance, no retirement plan, just $25,000. How many of you believe if you were only making $25,000 a year, you'd feel $50 come out of your check account every month? And they've been doing $200 a month now, every single month for 43 years. But they're ministers. If you know, sometimes in church people give money to their minister for Christmas and birthdays. One time a family gave them $500 for Christmas for their family. They made a decision that since the church was not providing a retirement plan, that if somebody from their church gave them money, they could put it in the plan. Bottom line, $200 a month, a few gifts, nothing else for 43 years. Well, 8 years ago, I'm sitting in my office in Denver. That's where our national headquarters is. My phone rings. It's the wife, Jill. We chit-chat for a little bit, and she goes, Mike, the reason I called, she goes, my husband did a sermon last night talking about these little tiny things that happen in life that change your life forever. I guarantee if I went around the room and gave you all 5 minutes, you could all tell me a teeny tiny story that changed your life forever. She said, 35 years ago, you came over to our house to show us how to save and invest money. She said, we lived in the same house for 35 years, had the same church building for 35 years. She said, not one other human being has ever stepped foot in our church or our home to show us how to save and invest money except for you. She said, if you hadn't been over here, we'd be just as broke today as we were 35 years ago. She said, we just called to thank you. Well, that's obviously gratifying, right? But then she went on to say, and I knew the real reason she was calling, she goes, Mike, do you happen to know how much money's in our account right now? I'm like, Jill, I'm your representative. I absolutely know how much money's in your account. The reason she was calling that very day, they had just gone over $1 million. Every single day that I see them, they look me in the eye and you'll never believe what they say to me. They say, Mike, you're the most important person we ever met in our life. The good news about that story, the children who are 1, 3, and 5, guess what they're doing today? $200 a month and $300 a month and $400. We didn't just change a family, we changed generations of families and become the most important person to all those people.